Alright, we are recording. Continuing in Just Cause 3. Key was originally provided by Square Enix. For the review, but I'm pretty sure I purchased the DLC myself. You know what? I'm actually gonna wait a little bit on this mission. Because I know we're near the end, I just don't know how close. Actually, wait, let me look at this. Maybe in this one? Oh, okay, perfect. I still have 4 missions left. Okay. Now, let's do the mission right away. Because I was thinking, I
hate to bother you, amigo, but thought
really?
You might be interested in a Bavarian about to leave the island. Now, that's a big no-no in everybody's book. Come see me when you find some time in that busy schedule of yours.
Actually, let me come over here. There might be a helicopter or something. Actually, there is one flying around up there. There might be one. Wow, is it laggy? Actually, I don't think that's surprising. I'm pretty sure it's loading stuff in. Alright. But yeah, I was thinking about maybe just like flying over. Actually, I should just fast travel it. About flying over and picking things up. I was like, no, let's actually do the mission. Since now that I know it is, it isn't like really to the left. So I've been thinking. In fact, in the 18.1, I actually started musing on some of the ideas I've thought of for what the next game is, and I had a different idea, and I like it better. Then I mentioned Borderlands and Assassin's Creed in the 18.1, but no. I like the idea I've had better for this. Hopefully it'll work. That out so it's ready. But now that it's like, no, I know what it is, because I like leaving that in as being a little mysterious. Yeah, let's get this started. I only have one thing noted specifically for talking about here, but I've changed a little bit how I keep track of the stuff I cover in the news, so I can actually see that more easily instead of going by my memory.
Nice of you to stop by, son.
So you're finally ready to join the fight for Medici.
Look, before we get down to business, there's something I need to say. I am a rotten, backstabbing old bastard.
That's true.
I double-crossed a lot of despots who thought I was their best goddamn friend. But in the end, Rico, there's only 3 people I trust. Myself, obviously, Uncle Sam, and you. Look, Buckaroo, I may not always be on the up and up, but I would never betray you.
I know, it was Zeno.
I knew it. I knew from the get-go that lily-livered little yellow belly was up to no good.
You know, Sheldon, one day I'm going to ask you exactly how it was you and I met on the boat that night my parents died. And I bet I'm not going to like it.
Dima!
What are you doing here?
Rosa said I was needed.
Rosa?
Told me where to go.
How did she... Sheldon?
Yes, Rico?
Cozying up to the new leader of Medici already.
Oh, come on, partner. You know you can't teach an old dog new tricks. Why, Rosa Manuela's a champion of freedom. And freedom, my middle name.
Yeah.
Now, what say we stop that bomb and save the world? Come on, buddy, shake a leg.
I have also thought about maybe doing Far Cry 1. I just don't know. It's not Far Cry. Just Cause 1. Well, since I said Far Cry, yeah, I'm thinking I may do the Far Cry games after this, because I do like the idea of doing open world games, because it does allow for freedom for timing of various things. Come on. Okay, there we go.
My intel says they're loading it onto a plane bound for, shall we say, less rebellious shores. I say we hitch ourselves a ride.
And I do... actually, I'm not sure if I have Far Cry 1. I know I've got Far Cry 2, 3, and 4. I've reviewed...
Don't even show up on agency.
Blood Dragon, Primal. I haven't actually played 5.
About this.
I don't remember if I have the one after.
You know, you need
That half one after 5. I might...
Got an infinite parachute for Pete's sake.
Actually, no, I did. I do have that.
And the loudmouth Texan.
But it is 4... Actually, all the Far Cry games I've done reviews of. I've not gotten the playthrough, so... But it is, as I said, I do think that open world game
The roadblock.
lend themselves to this format for me.
That's all right, Rico. Come on up in there. The bomb's on a truck inside. We'll take care of business once the bird is airborne. Oh, hot damn. I forgot how much fun this stuff was. We should hang out more often, Rico.
There we go. And I will explain, because I said I changed a little bit how I keep track of the stuff for the write-up. I will explain that. I'll also explain how it's relevant also for how I keep track of the notes. Too. But so much here.
Safety zone. Looks like they're already here.
Dima, disarm the bomb. Sheldon, you fly the plane. I'll do the rest.
I guess maybe that one gun wouldn't have been so good. But he was suggesting a sniper rifle, which would not make sense. Come on. There we go.
The Eagle has landed, Rico! I got the reins!
I'm going on top.
Alright.
Traitorous Lima.
think I did most of the damage. Okay. Let's try this again. This is not the right weapon to use. That sniper rifle, whatever, would not have been better. But...
Sneaky bastard! What do we do, Rico? We don't all have your propensity for defying gravity.
Mighty plane out to sea.
Easier said than done, Rico. Bogey's on our six. Nice work, Rico. See that center, Rico? That is the cap of Medici. It's called Chitate di Rebello. You know what that means, all right? Di Rebello City. Do you believe this guy? Hang on, Rico! Going up! Shoot him down! Look at him blow!
Come on, there we go.
King of the Skyway.
I don't know what that guy's doing, so I'm just gonna ignore for it. Oh,
Explosion imminent. Working plan.
there.
I'm in. Sheldon, open the hatch.
You got it, amigo, but don't do anything crazy. Oh, hell. Who am I trying to fool? Hell, you weak bastard! Fail!
I already hit the button.
I'll give the General this. He does make a very pretty bomb.
Oh, boy! Nice work! Catch you later, Rico! And thanks for flying Air Sheldon!
I think we have one more cutscene. Probably a yeah,
No,
computer bella.
the plan was perfect. You are the most elite private military force in the entire world. How can you fail to kill a weak-minded child with a rope and a squirrel suit? Now, I gift wrapped Rodriguez for you, and now he thinks I am playing Medici like some pathetic cur. And no, that blue flame of Bavarian will scorch the earth, and I won't lose Medici or his precious mines because of your stupidity. Look what you made me do!
Clean that up.
Clean that up.
I knew it had to be coming. I just wasn't sure about the exact line.
Of course. Rebels, they attack at will, then scurry safely through the wall. Attack them! Make sure the rebels know you are coming. You send your best troops. Get that fool Sino out of their prisons. I want to know everything he knows. I want to make sure that Rodriguez doesn't learn one thing from that stupid coward. And if you see that false prophet Rosa Manuel, burn a bullet through her. Do not fail me again.
Probably a little bit more talking after this. I do need to do the stunt jumps at some point.
My mother, she makes the perfect.
And okay, here, what does it say?
Spaghetti. Mwah, you have to try it. Especially now.
Rico, me and the rebels were moving some stolen supplies from the north. Meet us on the wall. We got some news that the Ravello might be onto us. We might need your help, amigo.
So the only note I have is one that's... it was good to see, but it was also like, really? So The Witcher 3 is getting more hotfixes, and it's actually already gotten one this week, to address performance issues and some other stuff with the next-gen update. I collected all that data, and now it's like, oh yeah, we're going to be releasing more in the coming days to try to fix stuff. It's great. So, I'm not entirely certain what I will do, aside from wait for these updates. Because I don't want to... I've already written some of the article, and obviously I have all the data. But it's like, I don't want to put that out when it's like clearly invalid data now. But I am thinking I might not throw away the data. I might keep it to show what kind of impact there is between a 4.01 and hopefully they eventually do make it 4.02. This one hotfix was without a version. Yeah, so we'll see what happens with that. But it's like, of course, I waited for 4.01 because I wanted to make sure that we had, decent collection performance data. What? Huh. Okay. So this is just on the way that I never picked up before. And now it's like, well, it looks like I have to keep waiting. But it also does make sense because some of the performance stuff was not good.
No charge.
Reports of hostiles in the area. All units respond. Copy that.
I was thinking it would be funny if I took the helicopter out with that. Damn it. I should have left it. If I hadn't gotten in, it would have actually been destroyed. Yeah, so among the patches,
Looks like they don't
the
want
stuff that's going to be patched. DirectX 12 performance, which, yeah, that needs it. DirectX 11 should not be so decidedly superior in performance. I'm pretty sure I talked about it in the point one, but the GTX 980, I'm pretty sure the frame time actually got cut in half by going to DirectX 11 from 12. That's absurd. But also, in the thing they mentioned, like bringing back Horizon-based ambient occlusion, which I'm pretty sure would be a reference to HBAO+, which was in the game when it first released. It's weird that they removed it for the upgrade, but they did. So hopefully that does mean they are bringing it back. Seriously? I hit the tree behind the billboard.
Big mistake, guys.
Come on. Nope. Dismissed.
What's happening out there? Respond immediately.
Also, there was a core utilization issue. I'm not clear with how it was talking about it, though, if it's a DirectX 12 specific issue, or if that was a also just general thing. But I could believe it was DirectX 12 specific. I mean, seriously, the DirectX 12 performance was not good. Although I did also find there was some, when I was looking at the data, there were some issues with DirectX 11 that I didn't even notice while playing. But, yeah, so I am, it's for stuff like that that I am mildly inclined to keep the data and try to do a comparison between the patches. This is annoying. It doesn't seem like I'm increasing the havoc.
This should do
Let's
it.
see what this achieves. Whoop. Hello. This might work.
You are coming with me.
If walls are part of the Havoc stuff, then yeah, this'll work. Nope, it just generally does not seem to change. So it's gonna take me a little bit before I can open it up, but so I've been using OneNote for years for various things. And I kind of want to move away from that. I think I mentioned this before. A different note-taking system, especially since I have the server set up. I've also been using Google Keep, which is just a little bit more convenient to pull up on the phone. Especially for stuff like the notes for these videos, where I write down what is that I think is worth talking about. But what I've also decided to try doing is so that I can also have access to it on the phone, is using the Nextcloud system that I installed on the server to try blowing that up. See if that helps any havoc. Not really. But using Nextcloud notes for keeping track of the news stuff, so I can actually pull that up, and it doesn't call me enough right now. Pull it up now. So this way I can see all the stuff that I've written up, though it's not, from my perspective, not gone live yet. That's right, we've got GOG, and this is ending soon, on the 20th. We Love Games sale. Piece of game news that it's just a little bit hard to pull up and look at when I need to be doing this, because I need to actually look the phone up. Look at some of it. But I do remember also what the last thing is that I have on there. That AMD has released that there's no more havoc happening.
Choppers are inbound. We repeat, choppers are inbound.
The heck? Is that another helicopter shooting at me and hitting this one? Yes. Alright. Good. Yeah, I guess for whatever reason these resources just didn't want to come to the prison when I was here. Let me try getting back.
Let's go.
Come on. now that I'm in this area, maybe it'll count. Yep, it does count for Havoc. Okay, we're just out. AMD has released the source code for FSR 2.2. That's continuing to be upgraded. Whoop, that is not good. Various improvements. I'm looking at a number of them are like to improve its work with HDR. Like changing certain things in the pipeline so that when things are done, it shouldn't be disrupting the dynamic range, or like actually improving support for file types that will improve the HDR support. The robust, I think it is. Perfect. Finally. Content adaptive sampling? Contrast adaptive sharpening. RCAS got an improvement specifically related to tone mapping. Apparently, that could have been reducing the quality of any HDR content previously.
True bedrock for any great nation. The principle of democracy.
Come in. Is anybody left out there?
Here. There's one. Oh, there's the other one. Okay.
Mask the systems of stability from the general populace.
Is that upside down?
Only when order is in.
Or is that actually just a different design?
Here we go.
Okay. That's just that. That was it. Okay. Well, that's yeah. So I've got. Oh yeah, that's something worth it. Dead Island 2 has gone gold. This game that has been so continuously in limbo has gone gold. So they actually moved the release date up a week.
Now my allies can...
So it's now April 21st, 22nd, something. I need to play or replay, because I did spend some time for the Dead Island games. I do have Dead Island 1 and Riptide, but I remember playing some, but not really connecting with it, and then not playing anymore. But that was so many years ago. I really should give it another try.
Great news. Bergoletto is free again. Remember, friends, every liberated town diminishes the pernicious influence of the DRM. Fight on. Ow.
Engaging the target. All units converge on the following coordinates. This is dispatch, sending ground reinforcements to your position.
That could have gone better.
We've lost him. Get back to your posts.
Alright. I was not sure if I was going to hit a tree, so I didn't want to engage the booster yet.
And dead.
There it is. Oh, and that finished. Cool. Alright. This.
Violence in the area. All units converge.
Alright, I'm getting shot at if I want. Relocate some, but let's... There we go. Alright.
This is dispatch. Target is still at large. Find him.
What else did I write up?
Support to your location.
Devolver Digital released a new gameplay trailer for Terra Nil. That's the, it's a strategy game, but has the twist of, instead of, like, trying to exploit your resources to gain an advantage, instead it's you actually trying to repair nature. I know, it looks interesting.
Find the rebel.
But yeah, new gameplay trailers showing what all you'll be doing in it. All the way on the other side, and then those... Oh, I see it, I see it.
This is dispatch. Request received. Reinforcements en route.
Actually, let's...
Naval forces are inbound to provide additional support.
Let's try hiding. Get this... I like doing those things when they're not watching. Apex Legends got a major update. I don't play the game, but it's like, help fill it out, and it's a popular-ish game, isn't it? And it's also 4 years old, I think it is. So I figured I would cover that. Another anniversary, though, this week is Kingdom Come Deliverance at 5 years old. And they've released 2 new language packs for it. One is Czech, which how the press release was written made it sound like that was, like, the community made that. And now it's, like, incorporated, or maybe it was just so desired by the community. It seemed more like it was very desired by the community for the other one, which is Japanese. That's another game that I should replay. Do a Let's Play Plus, and my brother also really likes that game. And my brother doesn't play many games, but he was intrigued by its historical design aspect, which is why he got it originally for the Xbox One, but he has since decided to get a PC copy because the Royal Edition that has all the DLC is on sale. I think it's actually right now $10 at GOG. I think is part of the sale. Maybe I'll pick that up as well. Then I'll have a copy on that and on Steam. And actually on GOG, because it was a giveaway at one point. Let me also just... Okay, good.
Another free tower.
Oh, something drove through it. Got it. Where is... Oh. Hang on. I know I saw a message about...
This is so very exciting! Gelata has been set free from the tyranny of the DRM. Hope you enjoy a town free of those annoying speakers blaring out Di Revello's nonsense. Racista. Okay, we can drop this bolt for you anywhere, Rico.
Oh. Dio mio.
Okay. like, no, you're not getting away.
We can drop a boat for you anywhere, Rico.
Okay, maybe you are getting away. I don't know if I would want to do Kingdom Come Deliverance for one of the game I stream in. I probably could, I just don't know. I mean, just making sure that have good content and also the ability to just do stuff and be able to stop at times. And I do remember some of the missions, such as them being time sensitive, because I actually remember one of them. You had to sabotage an execution, and I actually forgot about that. And it was like, hey, it's an hour before the execution. And I was like, oh crap. So I immediately started running around and actually managed to do it. But literally, it was like I needed to change out a fresh rope for a rotten one by visiting like a barn or something that was just holding it. And I literally managed to get into the building, do it, and that's when the guy walked in to pick up the rope. So he's right there. I had to walk by him to leave. But he had no reason to be suspicious of me, so it worked. Oh man, that was... yeah. I think I bumped... yeah, I just bumped the tool. So, okay, I've got no idea how to... yeah, I don't know, I could... it should be on my list of Let's Play Pluses. Yeah, I don't know, maybe I will spend the $10 or so to get the edition with all the DLC.
Hey, Aquila! Ready to swoop down and free some of your comrades? A nearby truck is transporting prisoners out of the area. Free them.
Here to lay your life.
Okay. Looks like for the time being, it is largely just...
Strive every day to earn such respect. Look not upon me as a leader.
Pacifying them with all the...
On his children.
Would have been funny if that actually worked.
I have your old race car tattooed on my back.
You've grown up since last time I saw you.
You know what? No, actually, I got a better idea. Better idea for this. That is an unfortunate position.
My sons, darkness heralds the glory.
Let's blow something up.
I
didn't think a town like this could ever.
Do not be fooled by the sirens of lost rebellion.
Down with the general, up with the people.
Okay, I wasn't sure if that would work, but it did. You can tap Q again in order to detonate the thing.
Rebel activity reported. Get to the following coordinates immediately. Initializing search protocol. Find the target as soon as possible.
Loyal citizens of Medici. My word.
One less plan.
Calling off search. Target no longer an area.
That's what you think. There. I know I've been distracted, so I've not been looking at it too much, but I do think that this will work in the long run. Having the news notes as well as the stream notes on the Nextcloud thing, so that way I can pull them up on the phone and look at them. Out of here.
All units on alert. Re-establish visual contact.
There's another one.
Someone report. What's the situation? Have we lost him? Report.
There's the last billboard. It's also the last, but it is the second billboard. Son of a...
Hostile contact. All units converge on these coordinates. ASAP.
I'm sorry, it's very annoying to literally shoot through
Understood.
the billboard. Shoot the missile through the billboard like that. Alright, where is... Ah! Right there. Already flying at it.
Group support inbound. Hang in there, ground team.
I'm trying to remember, is Far Cry 3 with the wingsuit? Far Cry 4 has it. Don't remember if 3 does.
Once.
I think I already did... Actually, I should check that. I think I already did do Blood Dragon in, as a stream. I don't remember if I did Far Cry 3. There's a part of me that's a little hesitant about 3 just because the technology is a lot better in 4. I remember playing smoother. It also looked cleaner. For whatever reason, I have a memory of 3 being like there's a fog filter over it.
Vistra Dracon has been liberated. Continue the fight, my friends.
This probably... Yep. Alright, so I am actually going to avoid combat for... so I can do this stuff. Oh, no, that's...
Do not accept the corruption of the old ways. Police jihad, consumed by courts and lawyers with the rich.
Come on. There we go.
The militia.
All cars must be moved by 7 tomorrow morning.
Incorruptible and swift. Only those that break our laws will see the mighty sword of justice swing without remorse.
The first 50 to show up will receive free food vouchers. Interested in joining the militia? Visit your local recruitment center today. Candidates must
Come on.
own ski masks. DRM official.
Seriously, just talk about you can use your own ski mask if you join now. That's what it seemed like he said. I'm gonna try some. I think I've done it before, but it's been a while.
These babies stick to anything.
There. Wait, what? Okay. Weird that took so long. There. Nope. Not what I meant to do. Technically not. Maybe not.
power with and forge a new sword that will lead our armies.
Stay down.
Man, this one's so hard because like I keep seeing places I want to hit. It's like I didn't want to just do it this way, but it's like as I said, I keep seeing places, and it's like I can't just jetpack around and do all that. Oops. There we go. I think everything is now in this.
Additional support has been approved. Reach your
Where are they shooting? Ah, right there. They were, anyway. Staying power achievement unlocked. It is always interesting to get achievements in a game that you know you played years ago. Like I got some in, well, true, that technically was counting as a different game. But how I've been getting some in The Witcher 3 has also been kind of weird.
All available units to these coordinates. Repeat, all units to these coordinates.
But it's also because I've been able... Technically, it's the complete edition, so it's a new set of achievements for me, but I'm using an old save that has over 150 hours. What else do I have on? Scars Above got its second making of video. Which, yeah, that's coming out just the end of the month. I don't know how much interest I personally have in that. I mean, it does look interesting, but I'm also concerned that it's going to be a Souls-like, and I tend not to enjoy those. There are some exceptions. There are definitely some Souls-like games I've played and have enjoyed, but there are others where it's like, nah, you didn't do it right. Like,
So great!
gotta wait. Sorry, I heard her talk. What is that one?
To their brutish, oppressive ways. Let's keep fighting the fight.
It was a year ago that I played it, and it... Oh man, I cannot remember the name. But I remember one of the main things to that, because it's a Souls-like, and I find those deeply frustrating, and it's like, yeah, it's designed so that you die, and that's how you learn how to progress. It's like, how about I learn to progress without dying? Anyway, at one point in that game, I figure I'll take the Corvette. They actually designed it such that there was a location, an area where you could take an alternate path. And it was awesome because the bosses then that I fought then, I mean, it's like, I actually ended up with a part, well, it didn't last long, where I beat like 3 bosses all in one video, and actually, what, it may have been on one life. I know one of them was on one life.
Contact. All units, man out and search.
It was just basically I was able to find a different boss to fight that I was able to and that gave me then enough experience and resources to be able to handle a boss that was just murdering me. And I remember thinking about how, you know, it's like that's the design that I feel you need to have in these games. Where it's like, fine, it can be really difficult, but so long as you can keep at least two options available, so that the player isn't forced to just slam their head against one thing that they're really, really struggling, that then it, works out. Unfortunately, that was like the only example of that I encountered in that game before. It's like, nah, I'm just stopping because it was not fun. I do not find that game design fun. Even though there's plenty of people that do. But it's, as I've said before, my life sucks enough as it is. Why would I play a game that makes me so frustrated? Like, I enjoy games when they let me escape from the frustrations of normal life.
Target is at large.
And also, I do believe that part of the appeal of video games can be the fact that they should have an inherent fairness. This isn't always true. But, that basically every challenge is designed to be overcome. So a design where it's like, no, you're really not supposed to overcome this without, just being in pain for a while because of how difficult we've made it. That doesn't really work for me. But yeah, so with Scars Above, I don't know. I expect it will be somewhat Souls-like. But I don't know if it's going to be badly designed Souls-like or not. I did find one thing kind of amusing to me, though, and I could see plenty of people not finding it amusing, but it was just this latest making a focuses on the main character, who's a woman. Crap. Kate Ward. That was it. I couldn't think of her first name. Kate Ward. And one of the things that was mentioned in the press release was just how, oh yeah, she's a different approach to solving things, brains over brawn. And I'm just thinking that's fine. Design her that way. Design any character that way if you want. I just found it funny that it's like, oh yeah, a different approach. I'm just thinking, wait, that's kind of a stereotype in games when you have a female lead, that they're smarter than male counterparts who just rely on brute strength. I'm like, Rico here is not the most... He is intelligent, but he's not the most intelligent. He, runs and blows stuff up. But stereotypically, which doesn't mean it's right. I'm just saying, generally, if there's a female lead in a game, I do expect that it's going to be more clever. You have to be more clever. I mean, it's like, now true, not really combat in the game, but think about Portal. Shell has to be intelligent to do that stuff. Relicta, I can't remember the name of the main character in that, but she's actually got a doctorate, at least one, and is having to solve all these problems through her intelligence. Now true, those are both puzzle games, not combat games, but it's like that is kind of a trope for feminine leads in games. And it just seemed weird to me that it's like, oh yeah, this different approach of brains instead of brawn. It's like brains over brawn. It's like, that's not really that new. I hope they do a good job of it, don't get me wrong. I just want the games to be fun and to be well made. But it's just, it just stood out to me as is that really how you're gonna sell that one? I mean, it also kind of reminds me, Assassin's Creed Syndicate, which is also one game that just... I understand why people didn't like it, but it did frustrate me and annoy me how there were people with Assassin's Creed Odyssey talking about how, oh, we finally have a female assassin. It's like, what are you talking about? A Syndicate? You could play as Evie, I believe her name was. And that's who I did play as. Because she was a bit more balanced, less for strength, but more for stealth and intelligence. Which is generally how I prefer to play games like that. It's like, if I can do stealth, I will. This is not a game that you can do stealth in. But it's also a game where you can call down lightning. So I'm okay with that. I don't know, let me see. It's February 28th, Stars Above comes out. I'm pretty sure that was the date. I don't know if I will have the time that I could try to get that. I mean, at least with that game, unlike Dead Cells, it's like it would be brand new. Whereas I feel because the Dead Cells Return to Castle Wolfenstein. No, Return to Castlevania is coming out soon. But it's like I want to be able to play the whole game. I want to be able to review the whole game, and I don't think I have the time for that. And that is also I expect that to be a difficult enough game that I don't know how much I'd actually, how frustrating it would make me, and if it would be appropriate the amount of time I'd need to take to play that, to review it. It's like, I'd rather buy the game so that I can do it on my time instead of trying to meet, could work. Instead of trying to meet the, meet a release date and review embargo. What hit me? Oh, perfect. I'll take this. Okay, yeah. It said this way. Yeah, I seriously, I do remember people talking about how, yay, you know, being all happy that we'd finally have a female assassin with Assassin's Creed Odyssey, and it's like, nobody played Syndicate? I mean, I'll grant, not a great game. That was actually the last one before they did Origins. Yeah, that was. I was just thinking, I'm fairly confident of that, but no, it's like, that was the last one. And that, it wasn't a very good game. And I do think that part of the problem with the Assassin's Creed games, the original run of them, so that Assassin's Creed 1 and then all the way up to Syndicate, was they kept coming closer and closer to the present. And it's like, that makes it a lot harder to do the historical fiction aspects, because you're getting closer and closer to when people learned this stuff very clearly, or they had relatives that they could talk to and heard the stories from. And it's like, yeah, like you actually have World War One, a mission that gets into World War One in Syndicate. It was like part of a flash forward mission, but it's still, it's like, yeah, that was that was just probably doing that. I was like, yeah, they're painting themselves into a corner, I think would be the best way to put it. So with Origins going back, and then Odyssey going back further, doesn't necessarily make a whole lot of sense. It's like, I mean, it is kind of weird. There's Assassin's Creed, and we're going back well before the Assassins, the Assassin Order was actually founded. I see it there. There, and then there's stuff out over there. One thing with Assassin's Creed, I don't know when they can actually end that franchise. I mean, it isn't really one that seems to have clear points for conclusion. Because you do have a story that connects through them. I'm just like, with the Far Cry franchise, all those are kind of independent games, it seems. So if Ubisoft were to decide, or if they were to collapse, because I have seen some people talk about that potentially happening. Yep, there it goes. Ooh. Like the Far Cry series, it's like, okay, well, last one is where it ended. But I could see with Assassin's Creed, I mean, it's like, what happens next? We don't know. And may never find out. So, yeah, I don't know. That is actually... Now I am kind of wondering how you could actually end it. Because it is also kind of set up as, you know, like this is a millennia's long battle. How can you possibly win it? All you can really do is keep trying for the victories that you can get. Yep, there it is. And there it goes. I'm just low this way. Alright. Alright. Cool, I do have the last... I'm getting a drink of water. Yeah, I have seen some stuff about Ubisoft having trouble. I will admit that kind of stuff I don't tend not to follow too closely. It's just not in my normal circle of news. Oh good, we get this guy again. We haven't heard from him for so long.
Citizens, Curva Gemino's suit is gone. Just gone. It's literally unbelievable that these races continue to go up in the name of planned maintenance. Literally unbelievable. Right. No personal commentary allowed. Hostile contact. All units to these coordinates.
One thing that I do kind of wonder about with Ubisoft is, in some ways, I consider them to be a fairly innovative company compared to, and part of that is just like it. Wow, that immediately and I. But part of that I think about with regards to Nintendo, because like when the Wii and the Wii U came out, Ubisoft kind of went in on it. Seriously? It literally dropped me such that I took damage. And it's like, you know, a lot of developers did not really even like try to make full use of that hardware, of the motion controls and stuff. But I do wonder if, and this is actually an interesting thought experiment that I can't really do for, I don't follow this stuff that closely, as I just said.
Immediately.
Would there break, you know, what developers, or what, sorry, not necessarily developers, but major developers, major publishers, if they were to collapse, how many of them would be like what happened with THQ Nordic? Sorry, not THQ Nordic, THQ, the original THQ. How many of them would be like that? Where everything had to be sold off and some stuff was lost.
Sending air support to your location.
Though fortunately you did have the likes of Nordic Games, now THQ Nordic. Ow. step in and purchase up a lot of stuff. But I think that there's still some IP that like weren't purchased or nothing's been done with it, just owned. But at the same time, I don't know how much of it could be with Ubisoft potential if that were to happen, where the studios could basically just go independent. I don't know. Because in some ways that would be ideal if they could just go independent, and this would be anyone, any group. It's like hang on to the IP and just go independent if they needed to. As opposed to, well, they're all out of jobs, they have to now try to go to a different publisher, different parent company, or they can try going independent, but won't have access to any of the IP that they've spent so much of their lives and energy on. Kind of wondering what franchise from Ubisoft would be the nicest to see get like independent attention. But by that I mean just the idea of, okay, let's say that they had to go independent, the developers had to go independent, so now it was like there's a new voice for how they do things. It's, you know, there's no interest in cadence. Release cadence is just, you know, do something awesome with it. What would be a franchise I would most benefit from that? I don't know. I will also acknowledge that that's partly because I don't know a whole hell of a lot of their franchises. Assassin's Creed, Far Cry, The Division. I mean, all the Tom Clancy stuff, but it's really only The Division that I've played much of. And I do enjoy that, by the way. Be on this side. I guess a better way to put that question and look at it would be, what franchise would be nice to see revitalized? And this could be an in general thing, like Red Faction. How it doesn't seem like anything has happened with that reason. Which is kind of a shame, because it is an enjoyable franchise, although it does have some sting. Red Faction 2 is not. Red Faction 1 is good. Red Faction Guerrilla is good. And Red Faction Armageddon is good. It is not Guerrilla 2, but it is good. It's more of an actual sequel to the original Red Faction, I think is the way I'd put it.
The General has decreed that Caba Gemenos Est be taken down. Sometimes a leader and his Bavarian minds just grow apart. Don't worry, citizens. Everything should be back to normal very soon. Okay. The rifle is gone. I'm somewhere underground, and everything should be up and running in no time. I love Europe, and I love energy. Viva Medici.
I also haven't seen anything on a new Just Cause game in a very long time, which is kind of a shame. Because I think that this would actually be more so the case with Red Faction. I do think that seeing what could be done with the new technologies available today would be fascinating. Like, I don't necessarily know, mesh shaders could be interesting. Ray tracing, I'm sorry, we don't need ray tracing in Red Faction, we don't need it in Just Cause. We need better explosions and more things that can be destroyed. And more powerful CPUs, the low-level APIs, allowing for better use of resources. I could see that making a difference. But no, I mean, this scene doesn't need to be ray traced. And there's nothing wrong with that. It is really just a, you know, put the effort where it makes sense. As in destroying this helicopter. When did the helicopter? When did another helicopter get? Oh no, it's his tank. I'm thinking that THQ Nordic did do the a new edition of Red Faction Guerrilla. Was that the Steam edition? The so-called Steam edition, or was that something else? Was it something else that they did? I mean, but they really haven't done anything since. And it is a shame. I'd love to see that come back. They did bring back Darksiders, which is good. You know, it just occurred to me, in a way, the Darksiders is an example of what I mean by the getting a new voice in there kind of thing. You know, it's like going independent, being positive.
Perfect.
Although, I will admit, I didn't necessarily care for the Souls-like design of Darksiders through. I got through it, but... And most of it I enjoyed, but some of it was definitely no, that wasn't so good. I'm thinking especially of Gluttony and... Who's the one guy that... I discovered the issue with, the ice form at the time, that just so pissed me off. Anyway, but how Darksiders 3 is so different from 1 and 2, but it is kind of what I'm meaning it by the whole, getting that going independent can be beneficial, because it's like new voices, and it's a very different game. Very different design, but there's nothing wrong with that. It works very well in that game. And I do actually want to replay that at some point. I have no idea when. Because they added a mode that's supposed to be more like the original 2 games. Don't know if they're... I don't recall rumors or anything about for Darksiders 4, but I mean, it's like, come on, they got it, right? They have to do that. We need, a game that is Pestilence. Although, no, that's... What is this? What did they name? I mean, sure, we saw him in 3. We finally met him there, and, I'm sorry, I'm kind of distracted trying to figure out where's the tank or whatever. Oh, it's right here. And then Darksiders Genesis, which I know at one point I was tempted to purchase when I saw it on sale. I don't remember if I actually did, though. I might not have. Oh, hello. And it just occurred to me, we are actually at some anniversary of that, because they released that on a Valentine's Day. I don't remember what year, but they did. Since it allowed for co-op play. And I could see, as I think think about it now, since I now have that example in mind of how Darksiders 3 is so different, I could see Assassin's Creed benefiting from that. And in a way, that's what we got with Origins, where it was such a departure from how the previous games were.
The ground is ready for season. Set this stage for them.
Alright. Come on. There's no one here. Alright, there. All just stuff. I mean, if I can get cavalry in to help me, why not?
Your backup is almost there. And you cleared the way?
Done. Deus Ex would be another. Well, thinking about games that could also, by going independent, support new voices, but loving voices of the franchise. I do want to be clear when I say that. It's like, you know, people that care about, that truly care about and want to not just make changes for the sake of making changes, but like genuinely believe that they can achieve an improvement. So I just got a text to check on. Now I just complete the. Oh yeah, Deus Ex. That is one that I could see, and they haven't done anything with since Mankind Divided, which is a shame. But that is definitely one franchise that I could see being revitalized.
Be advised that chopper support is approaching your location.
Oop, hello. This is mine now. And actually, I've been hoping to get a tank. That is also, even though I've not actually done a review of Human Revolution, I do want to. I have played the game. I do want to replay it and capture that.
The base commander is coming up here directly. Kill him.
I'll get to him. Oh, hello. down there? There. I'm hoping I can... It's reasonably clear now. I'm hoping I can hack this. Ah, son of a...
One and done.
Target's taking fire.
There's also one over here I didn't get. Right there, in fact. Alright. I think that's actually all. There was one way to find out. That's interesting. I wasn't expecting that there wouldn't be anyone over here. I guess they all came over and I got them that way. Oh, and this is where the base commander is. And he is in a tank. Well, he was in a tank. I now know. Got an idea of where this is. Other side. Yep, right there. What? Oh. Actually, yeah, I kind of remember that one. Right. That is everything. Yeah, it's still red because technically it still is under control. Yeah, so this I will be able to get in the .1 because I'm gonna... Everything except for one Di Ravello tape is now going to be marked. Okay, I know I cleared some of these already. But some of these are new. Alright, so yeah, I'm gonna have plenty to do in the point one. How long have I been going? Oh wow, I did not realize I've been going that long. Sorry. But hey, once I do this point one, then I'll be able to focus just on missions. And if I do another point one, after that it might just be like trying to collect up vehicles. Which actually is not that terrible an idea, but it will probably be kind of boring. Yeah. Anyway, gotta stop this now. I honestly did not realize I did this long. Sorry. See you next time.